Everyone has something they're best at. The thing I'm best at is shooting. But you also need the right tools to support that, for example, your eyes. Dr. Emre Altıparmak is a good eye doctor, a good ophthalmologist. It was only through teamwork that this medal was achieved.
The 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris showcased athletes from around the world, celebrating their skills, determination, and even some quirky dance moves. However, one standout star gained fame not just for his abilities, but for his relaxed demeanor and now iconic shooting stance. Yusuf Dikeç and his teammate Seval Alada Tarhan made history, winning Turkey's first ever shooting medal with silver in the 10-meter air pistol mixed team event. Their casual hand-in-pocket stance and open-eye shooting style, sporting mirror glasses, contrasted sharply with competitors using high-tech visual gear. But was it a casual approach, or were ophthalmic innovations responsible for his success behind the scenes? Hi Yusuf, welcome to the program. Thanks for joining us. It's such an honor.
Hi, thank you.
How does it feel, Yusuf, to be part of the team to win Turkey's first ever Olympic medal in shooting?
It's a beautiful feeling, both for myself and for my country.
Well, Yusuf, you're clearly a national icon now. How was the reception when you returned to Turkey?
Of course, the welcome was wonderful. When I returned, there was a lot of media there, saying, "You're now famous around the world," and so on. For me, that's not important, it's just an everyday thing.
Such a cool character, we love it. Nonetheless, Yusuf, you took the internet by storm with your technique and cooler than cool demeanor. Has it been strange becoming a meme star or internet star?
Of course, all the memes were great because there wasn't anything negative. One thing was very interesting. I learned that silver can be more valuable than gold.
Was there some method behind the stance and the way that you shot without any visual aids?
Well, this stance, ever since I started shooting, has always been the same. Having my hand in my pocket helps me keep my body more stable, helps me maintain balance. I initially started shooting with one eye, but since I wasn't comfortable, I tried shooting with both eyes open and felt more at ease.
Does anybody else that he compete against use two eyes?
No. I'm one of 2 or 3 people in the world.
Now, clearly in a sport such as shooting, your eyesight is of paramount importance. So what factors were involved for you personally when it comes to your vision that you had to come to terms with as a shooter?
Of course, vision in shooting is very important. I almost reached the point of quitting shooting 2 years ago. Because, technically I was still good and physically I was still good, but I wasn't achieving the consistent results that I wanted. When we looked at the analysis of my shooting, through our starting device, I realized that my vision was poor, I wasn't seeing clearly. So, I visited many doctors. Of course, I explained my shooting needs to the doctors. They would examine me and only prescribe ordinary glasses according to my prescription. Then, by chance, I met Dr. Emre Altıparmak. I explained everything about my situation to him. We worked together for about 6 months. Dr. Altıparmak told me, I might be a good ophthalmologist, but we need a good optician, so we found an optician as well. The optician examined me and we ordered lenses. I used them for about 20 days, and then I told my coach that some changes needed to be made. We still needed a clearer view. We then ordered different lenses. I trained with those lenses for about 15 to 20 days with my coach. After that, we said we would start testing again. It took about 3 to 4 months for this process. I brought my gun and target setup to his clinic. We set up the environment, adjusted the lighting. After about 5 weeks of meticulous work, we finally made some progress. We found a lens. We said, this is the lens that will take me to the Olympics.
Wow, what an amazing story. I have to say, at 51 years of age, Yusuf, you're an inspiration to all of us that are starting to hit our 50s or have surpassed that mark. Presbyopia is an issue that us older folks have to start dealing with. how were you able to adapt to that and still be such a great shooter?
Tabii ki yani yaş ilerleyince bu
Of course,
doğanın
as you
kanunu,
age, the laws of nature take
geldikçe
over,
bu
but we
işte
worked as hard as we could with the doctors and
doktor
opticians,
arkadaşlarla,
trying to do our
opticilerle,
best as a team.
yapabildiğimizin bir ekip
From now on,
çalışması,
we'll continue
yapabildiğimiz
working as a
en
team
iyisini
and
yapmaya
prepare for the
çalıştık.
2028
Bundan
Olympic
sonra da
Games.
2028 Los
We'll have
Angeles
about another
Olimpiyatlarında
6 months of
yine bu
work.
ekiple devam edeceğiz.
We'll experiment, and once we find something
Yine
that
tabii
works,
ki bir
we'll
yaklaşık
adapt and
bir 6 ay
continue.
çalışmamız olacak. Yine en iyi camı deneyeceğiz. Bulduktan sonra yolumuza devam edeceğiz.
And so, how important, Yusuf, do you think working with eye care professionals is for athletes across many disciplines? For example, can it mean the difference between finishing with a medal or falling short of that?
Without an ophthalmologist, this medal would never have been possible.
By the way, Yusuf came across as totally calm when he was competing. But at the same time, Yusuf is quoted as saying, actually, storms were raging inside me. So was there some special technique you used to quiet the storms and focus on the target?
Ya tabii ki yani
Of course,
4
after
yıllık
24
çalışmanın
years of
sonunda
work and the
500
experience of
olimpiyatın
5 Olympic
tecrübesi
Games,
artık zamanla
you learn to
o
control the storms
fırtınaları
over time.
dindirmeyi, kontrol etmeyi öğreniyorsunuz.
Do you have any advice for either surgeons or even other Olympic athletes, anybody who's in a high pressure position, to really keep a cool head and be disciplined about meeting their mark?
Ya bir kere insanların
Whatever you do,
hangi işi
you need to
yaparsa
have
yapsın,
great respect for your work.
çok saygı duymaları lazım yaptıkları
To
işe.
be the best at what
Ve
you
bu
do,
işte
you need to
en iyi
prioritize
olabilmeleri
self-discipline.
için kendi öz disiplininin ön plana çıkması
Without
lazım.
discipline and
Yani
respect for
disiplin
what you do,
olmadan, yaptığı işe saygı
success
duymadan
doesn't come.
başarı gelmiyor.
Well, Yusuf, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on the program. Thank you so much for your dedication and your time.
Ben teşekkür
Thank you,
ederim. İyi
and good luck
çalışmalar,
to you.
kolay gelsin.
Well, we're not finished just yet. We have a double whammy for you today with not only a medal-winning Olympian, but also one of the people behind Yusuf's secret to success. Dr. Uğur Emre Altıparmak is a renowned Turkish ophthalmologist specializing in myopia management and neuro-ophthalmology, as well as cataract and refractive surgery, and he's been working with Yusuf over the last 2 years. Hi, Uğur. Well, you've brought us a real treat here today with Yusuf, this famous Olympian. We're just relishing this interview. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Or how did Yusuf come to be a patient of yours?
So we have a mutual friend who is my relative, and he is also a doctor. He is also a shooter. He knew Mr. Dikec because he is a very well-known athlete here in Turkey. And 2 years ago we met because he had some visual issues, so we got together.
Now, were there any optical conditions that were affecting Yusuf's vision or ability to compete?
When we met, he had issues due to his starting presbyopia, which was affecting his shooting abilities. He also has myopic astigmatism, but he had starting of presbyopia, which affected his shooting abilities.
Can you explain more in detail about how you corrected him, especially for other interested ophthalmologists out there who may want to know how to care for a patient at the highest competing level?
I listened to him and I spent some time with him. First, I'm not a sports ophthalmologist, and I had to understand what his real problem was. So I did an initial basic eye examination, but then I asked him to bring his shooting gun and some targets to the office so we can simulate how he shoots and how he looks at the gun, the point, and the hitting target. Then I learned with him actually what he needs. And the first thing we thought about was making him try progressive multifocal glasses to make him shoot, but it didn't work out. And then while searching for what we can do to increase his performance, we realized he was able to shoot with both eyes open. And then we figured out that we may try monovision while he is shooting. So adapting one eye for distance target, adapting the other eye for the gun point, and tried to make him try some lenses for this performance. And I believe one major solution to his problem was the focal points of the glasses were according to his shooting position, not straight like my looking at the camera now, but instead he is looking a little bit with an angle. So the glasses are a little adjusted to that angle. With an optician friend who was really good at focusing glasses, we made some trial frames, trial glasses for him. In the end of some trial glasses, Mr. Dikec said, "Okay, doctor, I think this will be the best one for me, and let me go to the Olympics with this." So this is how we try to help him.
Wow, just a fascinating behind the scenes look at an ophthalmologist enhancing a patient who became an Olympian.
At this level of competition, at Mr. Yusuf Dikeç'in level, it's only marginal differences that make the differences. And it's what we try to put into his performance, working together with him. I'm so honored, so proud to be a part of Mr. Dikeç'in success. I hope I could add a little bit to his success, but it's mostly spending time trying to understand, trying to put yourself in the shoes of the patient. Honestly, this is what brings the success and the care for the patients.
Thank you so much, Or, for meeting with us today and sharing these great insights. We'll welcome you back to the program anytime.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Matt. Thank you.
Well, my friends, this year I'll be 45, which rounds up to 50, and I myself have been enjoying sports participating like never before. It's so inspiring to meet a man who has taken my age bracket to the heights of greatest Olympic glory, and to know he did it thanks in part to our field of ophthalmology. If you like this interview, be sure to tell me at the upcoming ESCRS Barcelona, where I'll be attending soon. And especially if you have a celebrity that you've corrected, let me know, as I'd like to raise eye care awareness to its zenith on Mice TV in the future.